Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here, welcome back to Union Cross. It's PvP time again. This actually happened 2 days ago. I'm a little behind on everything. If you guys know, Penelope's birthday is coming up on the end of the month. On the 23rd, I've been preparing for her birthday party, fixing up the backyard because we're going to have all the family over for a little small birthday. Nothing too big, friends and family. But I haven't posted my weekly PvP video yet. And just yesterday, I got my results and I didn't really do anything about it. I still have all my gold tickets, all my silver tickets for my free-to-play and main account. But before we get into all of that, we did jump into Twitter today about 5 hours ago. This was posted at 7:14 p.m. on today. Right now it's 12:14 a.m. in the morning. I'm about 2 hours and 45 minutes away from reset. So it says, Keyblade wielders, we apologize for the delay, but it's taken a bit more time to get in our initial tweaks to PvP tiers than previously anticipated. We'll share more details as soon as they're ready. Thank you for your patience and understanding. So this is really good to see. I did comment on it and I was just like, thank you for the communication, even though it's like, I think 2 days past the initial date of when it's supposed to happen, but it's communication. It's actually, I'm actually really happy about this. It sucks that we haven't got our update yet, but they're working on it and they're letting us know. It's not just in the dark. Like this whole week could have went where they didn't tell us anything and we've been like, well, they lied to us. In a way, they lie to us, but it's not like they're not changing it. They're just delaying it because they're still tweaking it. So they need some more time and they're letting us know. So thank you for that, Square Enix. If you're watching, appreciate it. Keep this up. This is like very, very important for the community. Just knowing what's going on in the background is one of the most important things. Now we've got to cross our fingers that whatever they actually do is very beneficial to everyone. Like I said, people who play the game casually, people who are free to play, people who pay for the game. It's got a balance for kind of everyone, right? I'm just glad there's communication. Very happy about that. But let's jump in and talk about, well, that big image is there again. Let's talk about what's going on in the game right now for my main account and my free-to-play account. So obviously PvP week ended. I got a score on my main account of top 359. I was in top like 200, 100 throughout the whole week. Sometimes I hit top 100 at like 94th place, 92. But obviously when it came to the last hour, I got bumped out. My defense setup wasn't good enough. So 359. I did have the attack setup, but I'm not buying VIP right now, so I don't have more than 5 tries. So I did this all week with 5 tries. I'm actually proud of it, especially during a luxury week where we get more tickets. So I did get myself 3 gold, 3 silver, and 4 bronze. As for my free-to-play count, my phone's over there. Surprisingly, my free-to-play count did really good. Almost got myself a gold ticket. I can't really show you guys this, but I'm going to put it back on the full screen. So almost got myself a free ticket. Gold ticket. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's placed 3,000. You're not going to see that, but 3,368. 10 minutes right before reset, what actually ended up happening, I was in place 1,200 on my free-to-play count, and my free-to-play count only has Keyart 17 Prime Gilted. It's got Woody Gilted, and I believe I've got the Roxas Gilted. So with Roxas, Keyart 17, and Woody being my 7-star medals, I did pretty good. I have Keyart EX, not Keyart. I have Kairi EX and Xion EX, not the Kai versions. I have the old versions. I did put Defense Boost 4 maxes on them, and I went pretty good. I did use the triple threat strategy, which helped out a lot because I don't have 2 amazing setups, so the third setup needs a lot of help. I'll show you guys what I do for this week on my free-to-play account somewhere down the week, but I was just really proud of my free-to-play account to make it that far. Being able to hit top 3,000 with the free-to-play account with 8 minutes left. If I had like another try, I could have locked myself in and won, but with 8 minutes left, 1,200 and something, or somewhere in that lines. I can't really remember because it was a couple days ago, but I was really happy. But ended up just short of top 3,000, which I'm not too upset about. And my main account, like I said, could have been top 200, but in all honesty, 3 gold tickets and 3 silver tickets is amazing. Even though the RNG on these are very terrible. Like, if we ever looked at the draw odds, and I know you guys have because you're probably sick of pulling tier 3s, but tier 3, or in this case, level 3 blue fairies has a 50% chance of showing up. And everything else, especially level 8s, have a 2.5. So 50% chance of that being a tier 3. So if you ever see something more than a tier 3, especially in the 6, 7s, and 8s, count yourself very, very lucky. And I know the whole comment section right now is going to be filled with, well, they should remove tier 3s. I agree. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Like I said, if this fills up without tier 3s, it would really help out the whole community. But we'll see from this point on if what they listen to and what they don't listen to, or what they feel will help out the entire community and their game. So let's just jump into the tickets. I already made a video about all that. I don't want to go over that. I just want a really fun video where we just pull some medals. Hey, only one tier 1. And then we go for some, I guess, options. My options for this week. This week we do have 3 Keyblades. They're all magic. Man, why am I pulling bronze tickets on camera? I apologize. Let's go for the silver ones. Don't even need to wear the bronze. I don't need bronze anymore. But we have 3 magic Keyblades, and magic's not my strong suit. So if I get some good fairy tickets here, I'm gonna start making some magic medals to go along with the week. So 3s. Hey, a 6 and a 7 out of my silver ticket. That is not bad at all. That is better than a roll of 3s. So still got 3 tier 3s, but I do have 3 tickets, so let's see what happens. Everyone only has like 1 ticket, and you get all tier 3s. I do apologize. It's probably one of the worst feelings. I've done that a couple times, and I don't wish that upon anyone. That is just terrible. Oh, okay. Well, it's not all tier 3s. It's a tier 4 and a 5. It's silver tickets. I don't expect to get like tier 7s and tier 8s out of that. So seeing that tier 7 was actually amazing. I need 4 more tier 7s. I ran out of tier 7 fairies because I don't really have that great luck. I did get my first tier 8, which is amazing, but that's from all these weeks. Oh, I was good. Whoa. 2 tier 7s and 1 silver ticket with a tier 6. For a second, I thought it was gonna be like 3, 3, 3, 3, and I'm like, oh, jackpot. That's what I want for my silver tickets. That's what I expect. Tier 3s. Oh god. The comment section's gonna be, I agree, tier 3s. I agree too. Hopefully it changes. But let's jump into the gold tickets. I need either 3 tier 8s or 2 tier 8s. So I'm hoping the gold tickets, the tier 8s actually show up. If not, some more tier 7s. Oh, a tier 7 and a tier 8. Okay, I got 2 more gold tickets. Let me just pop in real quick to look at my medal list. I shouldn't do this, but whatever, we're doing it. I need 2 tier 8s. So I did need 3. So I need 2 more tier 8s and 1 more tier 7. Everything else, I don't want to think about it. I need 1 tier 7 and 2 tier 8s. I have 2 gold tickets. I'm actually nervous about this. These Moogle pulls really, really throw me off. Moogles everywhere. Give me something I can share. There's a 7. Ooh. Okay, these tickets are not turning out to be that bad. 3 tier 7s on top of that. So if I get 3 more tier 7s, I can make 2 tier 7s. But now I'm relying on 1 gold ticket for 2 tier 8s. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. Even though I'm doing this video ahead of time, you can't really just go down there or smash that like button or anything like that to wish me luck, but just wish me some luck. I'm feeling your energy even though you're not here with me right now. No. No. Okay. 3 tier 6s, a tier 5, and another tier 7. At least the tier 7s popped up. I don't think that was enough for 2 copies. I needed more than that, didn't I? I needed 2 more. But I get to make myself 2 tier 6s. No tier 5s, which is sad because I need to make my Ursula, which would have been fine. And the tier 4 is still sitting at the tier 4. So you know what? My tickets didn't turn out terrible. Out of all that, I can make 2 more tier 3s. And I was pulling a couple bronze with that. So no tier 8s this week. Possibly next week if I actually compete in PvP this week. Magic is not my strong suit. I'm going to go look for something in tier 6 and tier 7. We're going to do that right now, actually. So looking at tier 4s though, like I said before, I was holding off on the tier 4s, and we did get more tier 4 prime medals in the form of the new, what do you call it? That kind of sucks too, because the Incredibles medals, I wanted a couple tier 4 so I didn't have to pull for them, so I can get myself another gold ticket. I was going to use these fairy tickets, but that's not the case now. Actually, I'm about to freeze the whole thing. There you go. So tier 4s that are 6 stars, I'm gonna look at them real quick. I didn't pull too many of the incredible medals, but I still got that Woody sitting there. I can make that Woody, and I can make that second Buzz if I wanted to. But magic wise, I don't know what happened. I have no clue what happened, but like I was saying, I guess the game doesn't like me. The incredible medals. I'm going to be using my fairy tickets, tier 4 specifically, because I can pull 3 more times to get myself a guaranteed 7-star of Mr. Incredible. But along the way, I need to find a dash, and I also have to get lucky getting these tier 7s, because I only got the 1 try for tier 4 right now for my Evolve medals. So my Evolve medals for tier 4s, as you guys can see, I only have 1. And come this PvP week, if I get lucky, I'll get 4 more. That's 2. So I have to get lucky and at least get 1 of those tier 4s as a 7 stars in the polls, which it seems like it's been happening to people, but knowing my luck, I'm probably gonna have to pull 3 more times, and that's 9,000 jewels. And with the Organization 13 event Axel coming up, I can't really do that. I have no other ways of getting jewels except for finishing 25 quests in Proud mode, and that is not even enough to try to get a mercy pull for Axel. So I got to be careful. There is some time, so that's why I'm going to wait off. That's what's going to happen to my tier 4. I'm going to wait for a couple pulls for my next run, the high score challenge, because I do want to make top 1,000 for Bob and Jack. So we'll see. I'll be releasing that video as soon as I do a couple more pulls. So for now, we are going to jump into, I guess, tier 5s? Nope, tier 6s. So we're gonna jump into tier 6s and see what I have for tier 6s. So, of course, Evolve. Of course, I had to push the wrong button. So for tier 6s, there's not much options, and I already did my HD Shion. Looking at Magic, the only thing I can really do here is probably guilt my illustrated Donald B, because he's one of the best ones here. And anything else for Magic is not really there. So I don't have much options for tier 6s. Tier 6s, it's either your copycat medal, which I did Anti-Form Soar, and I did my AC Shion. I could do the Aqua here, but even Aqua doesn't have any good traits. If she had like extra attack or plus 1,000 or negative 60 ground, in a heartbeat, I would make her. Medals like this, they're AoE. They do have the 40% guild, so I'd consider it, especially with the double negative and plus 1,000. But again, I'm not 100% sure where I want to take this Keyblade. If I really want to care about this week, I can skip on this week maybe. But I do want to make top 3,000 to see if I can get those Incredibles to get that gold ticket. So it's like profit on top of profit if I can do it. The only one I'm considering is Aqua and Stitch, and that is because I do got negative 60 and extra attack on it. And as an Evolved medal, it's got a really good multiplier. It's got 11.86 as a tier 6, so that is really really good with extra attack. So I'm considering it. Not the best tier 6, but pretty good for extra attack. Besides that, I don't got anything else here with extra attack, so I just got to be careful with what I do. Just those 2 medals. So I'm gonna skip out on tier 6s as well for now until later on when you guys see my PvP matches. And I guess realistically, I'm only looking at some tier 7s this time. That's it, just tier 7s. So for tier 7s, I really don't got that much options anymore. Realistically, for power, reverse power to be specific, I want to make Scar, but right now we have 3 wishes, Counterpoint, and Diamond Dust, which is all magic Keyblades, so I can't really look at anything at power. And also I have so many 7-star powers right now that it would be hurting my setups, especially when it comes to other PvP rankings, including this one. An option I do want is between my boosted Vanitas, which doesn't have anything good for PvP, which I'm not going to do until I roll more traits on it, or the Vanitas I've got currently that does have negative 60 ground. But there is, again, a couple of medals I want to make into 7 stars before I do that. Scar being one. I have Genie down here, and I've got King Trident. They are the heaviest hitters, but the reason I'm not doing Scar or King Trident is 1, Mickey and Brooms, or skill. Same thing with Scar, Mickey and Brooms, or skill. And because it's a magic week, I think I'm going to go between Genie or Aqua. Now, Aqua's got a max multiplier of 40. She's got no traits on her, and she's not boosted. So my obvious choice here is going to be Genie, which I did get boosted, and I have plus 1,000 on top of that. So my Genie is pretty good. Poison resist doesn't matter. Max gauges can help out in Keyblade setups. The only issue is attack boost 4 max with SP gauge 0. But looking at everything else, there is nothing else that comes close to being a good multiplier for these guys. Top of the list, we all know with my tier 7, I have that video out already showing you the best tier 7 7-star medals. and nothing else here compares to these medals that I'm talking about. Even when you look at that Donald over there, or you look at one of these, I can roll extra attack. Even rolling extra attack on this wouldn't compare to my Genie. It might if I get the right plus 1000s, but again, I need a skill for them. So Genie is going to be my 7-star for this week, because I've got nothing else going for me until I roll traits on Scar or get some extra copies. So Genie, first 7-star of the video. Putting him up at 10,000 base strength right now because he's got that plus 1000 and being boosted. So he's going to get fully maxed out for my next PvP matches, which should help me out. And that is all I got this week. I ended up making top, 500, and I made Genie. There's nothing else I need right now that will currently help me with a big boost. There is a couple maybe tier 4s I can do, but again, I'd rather just go with the polls and get myself a gold ticket for having those medals and making top 1000 because of it in the high score challenge. So I feel like that's a good way to invest my jewels and my fairy tickets in order to get gold tickets to get these ones back up. So I feel like sacrificing all that to get my medals back up should be a good thing. That's just my account. Don't follow my steps unless you really like the way I run this on my account. So that's it. I gotta clean up my new Genie, and then I'm gonna show you guys a match or two of the PvP that I'm currently in. My setups are terrible. I warn you now, the next part of this is not gonna be pretty. Not at all. Alright, so for the PvP part, I pretty much just cleaned up all my sub slots, made some tier 1, 2s, and 3s, upgraded my keyblades, and did all that background stuff, including Genie. I made him 120 out of 120 and make sure he had everything on him. So this is my current keyblade setup that I had at the start of this week. Nothing too fancy, counterpoint being my strongest keyblade. This is probably going to be replaced, or maybe not. And then, of course, 3 Wishes being my second strongest Keyblade because of the awkward slots and low multipliers. Diamond Dust, I don't have any good reverse magic medals. Not a lot of people do, unless you pull the Roxas, and that is about it. So I got to do some cleanup here. We're going to clean up these Keyblades. This is the before, and I'm going to show you guys the after, and maybe 1 or 2 matches. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright, so the new Keyblades are Counterpoint being the strongest Keyblade in the front, having the Genie right over here being copied by my Key Art Beginnings. I put my Nominee over here to copy my Invisible. Invisible still does pretty good damage. If you guys don't have any good magic medals, apply other medals on your Keyblade and try to copy them, or just have your best ones with extra attack on there. Even though they don't fit the Keyblade slots, they're still going to do damage as long as you can lower the enemy's defenses properly and raise your attack properly. So of course, Counterpoint here is going to be straightforward. I might rearrange some stuff here, maybe, just maybe. I'll change some things. The only issue with my Keyblade setup is that this is attack boost 7 and not a max. So this is the RNG part about my first setup. It could be very powerful, but it can also backfire me. So I might replace him for a different 7-star just to guarantee me the damage. But him having extra attack, I really want to take the chance there. Until I see that I'm really struggling in top 1000, that's when I'll change it. So let's go into some matches and see what happens. I'm going to face anybody. I just want to climb heavy. So lowest one, 2,900. Let's go for 2,900. Now I'm going to look at the attack or the defense. Just crossing my fingers that my first Keyblade setup is strong enough. Now, I might raise it to level 35 to get the glow and the extra damage there, but that's if I go really serious like this guy with his 3 Wishes being level 35. My. That is something else. All right, here's Genie being 7 stars, doing 3 million, 6 million. So I got 6 million damage off that, and over here we got 6,800,000, a little bit more than actually. There's attack boost 7, like I said, turned out great. And we're looking at no attack boost 7 there. So with defense boost 4 max, this setup does about maybe 33 million. Not amazing, but not terrible at the same time. Compared to last week with the fairy stars and the counterpoint, not the counterpoint, what do you call it? All the other Keyblades, the Starlight, the fairy stars, and I can't remember the third one for some reason. Those were some powerful Keyblades compared to now. But their first setup was a a triple threat strategy, basically putting me off Asuna. So their next turn, I'm going to skip my first couple of medals. But that guaranteed my win over here. I'm going to skip my setup. I'm going to skip Man in Black, which resets everything. and I'm going to skip one of Violet's, which it hurts, but not as bad. So as long as my poison and my paralysis sticks, I still going to have debuffs in there, especially lowering their attack. So we'll see what the third setup has. So right there, we had Violet do some decent damage, but this setup only has defense boost 2 max, so they're going to be doing some damage with this setup. This is going to be look ridiculously strong when it's not that strong, because with defense boost 4 max, it takes away so much. Like that 45 million score, or sorry, 52 million score would be way, way lower. So we only get to cast 1 Violet, which is not a biggie. Next turn, I have my Xion, so I don't care about the debuffs he put on me. It's not a big deal. Besides, the defensive ones, I can't really fix. I can with Vexen over here, but that's about it. So we're going to be able to get the poison on there. Esuna goes off. Now I'm just counting for paralysis, so I'm going back to this strategy of just for the climb. Just for the climb, or it might work all the way through, but it doesn't work in higher tiers of strategy. I have to have 2 good Keyblade setups to actually make this work, 3 to work even better. But we're going to see how many people I can steal some spots from with this. So that doing 242,000, that's over 2 million damage, which is nice. Here's the 5 millions from that. There's the 2 million plus the extra attack, so I'm getting like about 4 million. Not amazing, but I've got no magic medals, and of course being copied another 7 million from there and 3 million from the extra attack. So pretty good. 23 million for being a magic setup on a speed setup on a magic Keyblade. So right here they're gonna do once. They can't do anything about it because I put all the debuffs. They don't have a way to get rid of that ×7 negative on them, and they only do 29,000. So that is pretty much what I'm going to be doing through this week. I might change it up because, one, people watching this video are like, well, that's what he's doing, I'm going to change my setup. Or that's what people's doing, I'm going to change my setup. And then I'll just change my setup to counter that once I see that it's not working anymore. But for now, this is what I'm doing. It's going to work. It's a very straightforward strategy. Lower the enemy's defense, or sorry, attack. Raise your defense on turn 2. And then turn 3, add the paralysis on top of that. And you're really killing rankings. Like, this is how my free-to-play count ended up making almost top 1,500. I was in place 1,200 and something with this strategy. Second setup being turtle / paralysis setup really made a big difference trying to take out big people, because as long as your first setup is incredible and you can beat their first setup, this just turns out really good afterwards. Turtle / paralysis is probably one of my favorite things that I like doing over and over and over again. If you're not strong enough. Now I just switched that Keyblade by accident. So that's my strategy. That's what I'm going to be using for this little bit until the end of the week. Come Sunday, Monday, it's going to be torn apart. But for now, I guess it doesn't matter what happens during the week, to be honest, guys. You could be top 100 all week, and then when it comes Monday, you'll be thrown out into top 5,000. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. Either way, that's this week's PvP. Let me know how you guys are doing. What did you make 7 stars? How did your tickets turn out? I'm still going to do my free-to-play count on another video. Not going to really add it to this one because I'm not even sure if I'm going to use those silver tickets just yet. I think I got, what, 3 copies out of that for making 3,000 and something. I don't know. I gotta go check. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.